My next impression of Christi, I really don't remember when I first even encountered her. I think it might have been when I walked into the observation tower and they were sitting in rhinestoning. I think that was my first impression, or that was my first time of being with Christi. What transpired between Christi and I was a great chemistry of saying things back and forth to each other. And some iconic lines came from the two of us. But when Christi really, really proved herself to me, the production was so enamored with Vivi being adopted. But that was my personal story. And I didn't want my personal story to be brought out in a TV show. And Christi, Kelly, and I all had to do a scene where I think Melissa was with us too. We all had a scene that we were eating somewhere, and we were, of course, talking about what was going on with Abby and the competition and the dances and all of that kind of stuff. And they were literally like harassing Christi to provoke me into talking about that, which is what they did. I mean, they wanted to dig into everybody's closet and find out where their dirty laundry was hanging. And Christi refused. She absolutely refused to mention anything to me because she was keeping that, for me, very sacred. And after we got done filming, she took me aside and said, "Hey, I was really supposed to hammer you today about Vivi being adopted, and I wouldn't do it." And I knew then, even though Christi and I had battles and said things back and forth, I knew then this is somebody that keeps their word. And this is somebody who holds things in high regard. And from that moment on, I had a very soft spot in my heart for Christi, and I still do today. Kelly is extremely interesting because I had actually seen Brooke and Kelly well before Dance Moms ever took off. I was at Abby's studio a year before Dance Moms was even a thought of in any of our minds. And there was a little girl that was in one of the rooms practicing. And Abby said to me, I got to go do this kid solo, and this mother never pays the bill. Well, you can imagine when I realized I was in makeup getting ready to go into an interview, because doing the interview was the very first thing that I did. Before I even filmed, I had to go into an interview and talk about things that hadn't even happened, because they wanted to get the interview portion done before the show started to film. And Kelly was in there also getting her makeup. And when I realized who Kelly was, I was like, holy cow, I saw her a year ago. But I have to say, Kelly and I had one altercation on TV. We had one altercation while we were filming, and that was about the costume that I was supposed to not want her to have Brooke wear. Of course, you all know by now that was made for TV. But anyhow, I remember her being in the car and the van that we were being driven around with the drivers, and me saying, "Do you think we're supposed to continue on with this fight?" But I was always a little scared of Kelly. Maybe I had a thought in my mind that she was going to kick Abby's butt. I don't know. But I was always a little afraid of her. So I was friends with her, but Christi and Kelly were the pals. So there you have it. Those were my first impressions and my thoughts about them. So I will see you next week. Like and subscribe. Bye.